Item 8J is discussion and possible action to consider hiring different legal counsel and town planner for future review and action with respect to Lilac Acres Supervisor German. Supervisor German?
Yeah, I guess I put this on here because last time we received a report from Fireman Larkey and it stated all the things that were wrong, or I shouldn't say wrong, were not compliant on this property. And at the end he said there's not much going on there. And then we also received what we cannot do by our attorney. He never told us what we can do. So I guess my question to the board is if we feel that our planner and our legal counsel are supporting us as a town and us as a board on this matter. No action has to be taken, but I'd like to hear from the attorney if he feels that he's going to represent us as a town and us as a board.
Maybe looking downstream, that we basically, the direction pretty much is to pose questions to the town administrator, and she's going to organize and provide a written response, and she can certainly use the town attorney, the town planner, the town building inspector to put together that response. I guess we don't need to get ahead of ourselves, don't even have to answer it tonight, but if that report comes through and there are issues in terms of compliance or non-compliance with a conditional use permit, where do we go if that were to come to pass? And if we don't want to go there tonight, that's fine, but I mean, that's ultimately the $64 question for me. We don't have to go there tonight, but I think people need to be prepared to answer that. If that's the way the report comes back, then where do we go from there? Or where does the Plan Commission go? So, anybody else want in on that? Do you choose to make a motion or anything tonight, or?
Well, I guess I'd like to hear from an attorney what his thoughts are on this matter.
Certainly. I work for the town. I represent the town. My job is to advocate for the town and do what the wishes of the town board is, and I have no conflict in that regard. That's the way I do all of my jobs. My job is to answer legal questions, review legal documents, draft legal documents, and try to make sure you know the law, and try to hope that you follow the law. I stay out of your politics. I stay out of your policy decisions. I use my 39 years of municipal law experience to give the best legal advice I can give. I don't get involved in your policy decision as to what you want to do on any decision. I pride myself on leaving a meeting and not having you know how I would vote had I been asked to vote on any of these matters. For instance, the sheriff's contract. You should have no feeling from my comments whether I was in favor of 1 year or 5 years, because I'm supposed to be totally objective. I work for you, and I don't know why this matter would be any different than on any other matter. I give you the best legal advice that I can give you. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. If you want to hire somebody that just tells you what you want to hear, I'm not your man. I butted heads with the last board, and I assume I'll butt heads with this board when I give my legal advice. You won't always like my legal advice, but I'm going to give you the best legal advice that I can give you.
Okay.
And I'm not going to take sides, and I'm not going to. I treat every citizen as with respect, fairly, and make sure they're given due process. I'm, constantly trying to make sure that the town board is not doing something that will come back to haunt them down the road. And if you don't, and if that's what I did last time, is I gave advice not to talk about the matter because I thought it would come back to possibly haunt you down the road, that's the best legal advice that I could give. And I will continue to give the best legal advice I can give, and I'm not going to get involved in your politics or your policy decisions. I'm going to represent the town to my best ability.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else want to talk to this issue? If not, we will move on to